They're all pouring themselves into information.
Yeah.
And absorbing everything they can. And then I think that helps inform your art,
I think that's what's wrong with my art, is that all I take in is World War II documentaries.
Oh,
so I have like a ton of Hitler jokes. The Permission to Party World Tour kicks off September 18th in Rockford, Illinois, the 19th in Milwaukee, the 20th in St. Paul, Minnesota, the 21st in Duluth, Minnesota, followed by Eugene, Oregon, September 28th. Avoid scalpers and go to bert.com to get your lowest ticket price. I was just talking to the Bobby Lee. Do you know Bobby? You know anything about comedy?
I love comedy.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. I listen to you. I listen to Bobby Lee, Theo, and who else? I really am a fan of George Carlin, of course.
Oh yeah.
The old Chris Rock specials are really great.
Bring the Pain is the reason I got into comedy.
Is it really?
Oh, I saw that in college. Are you rolling, Halston? I saw that in college, and I was sitting on my couch in Indian Village, and it just blew my mind. It blew my mind with like where the possibilities of what a joke was. So I didn't understand. I'm sure you probably see this. I had this question about you and your brother are massively talented.
Thanks.
I really enjoy both of you guys. Obviously everyone.
Mike is such an incredible artist.
He's a little different.
Yeah,
like I feel like he's got younger brother energy.
Yeah, but we both complement each other in such a great way. Like he's the yin to my yang in a way. We have a little bit of each other in each other, and then the different styles manifest, outwardly more.
But I was wondering, because I know that you had sisters and brothers that played instruments.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if because of the music industry changed, if that's why you have such an established voice, you and your brother. Because it seems like back in you have sisters you have a sister, I think that's 71, right?
Yeah.
And so the music industry changed so much. Whereas like when I saw Chris Rock, I didn't know you could write a joke like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was allowed.
Yeah.
And then I saw that and I was like, well, I can do that. Not I could do that, but like I could try to do that. I couldn't figure out how to do like a Woody Allen setup punch or like a Stephen Wright setup punch. I didn't have that brain. And so I was actually thinking, I listened to your recent album that you just put out. Fucking amazing.
Oh, thanks.
Amazing. I mean, amazing. And you and Steven Wilson,
Disappearing Light.
I was dyeing my beard and I was like, is this Steven Wilson Jr.?
Yeah.
And I was like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, so, I mean, it's phenomenal.
Awesome. He's so good.
And then it said, and then I'm reading about your family and I was like, I wonder how old his oldest brother or sister is. And then I was like, and then your brother is just a little bit younger than you, 4 years maybe?
He's only 16 months younger than me.
16? Okay, yeah.
To the day, actually. He was born on April 25th, and I was born December 25th on Christmas, yeah. And so he's 16 months exactly younger. And we're like Irish twins.
I was wondering, I was like, I wonder if the reason I hear so much of their dad in them is because they were left alone by the record business.
Yeah, well, for a long time, I was unsigned. I just signed with Sony a couple of years ago, and we went out and I did probably 300 shows a year from the time I dropped out of college. I went to LMU, actually, just down the road here.
Oh, yeah.
And I went there for 2 years and studied English and music, classical music, and then I dropped out and just started grinding on the road, for hundreds of shows a year. And Micah was doing the same thing, but in a different way. He was sort of more stationary. And Micah's an incredible visual artist as well. Micah's visual art really accompanies his music well. And he really is an incredible, his influences are like the Flaming Lips and the Talking Heads, and he has so many influences, and mine are too. Micah's the one who introduced me to bands like Arcade Fire, and Department of Eagles and Of Montreal and the Decemberists, and a lot of this really great indie music that came out. And so I was really into that because of Micah. And then, and I had my own influences. I mean, early on, it was Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix, and more of an older style. But then, like the great songwriters, Zeppelin and The Doors, we both basically shared all of our musical influences because we like all of the same stuff. We just have different sort of preferences in what we put outward, mostly. Yeah. But right now, Mike is playing with Neil Young. Still,
I just heard Neil Young was playing the other day.
Yeah, so he and Neil. So my band was playing with Neil for about 5 years, and then a lot of those guys stayed with him when I went off to do this record, and so he takes my old band on the road, and they play with him, and then Mike is also a part of that as well.
Was music always going to be a part of your life, or was it just like, I mean, like, because this is one of my, I described you to a couple people. One of my favorite stories is we're sitting at a table. It's me, you, my wife.
Sierra Farrell.
I'm blanking on Winona Judd.
Winona Judd was there. Yeah.
Cactus was there.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of us, and I very casually just said to you, "Where are you from?" And you said Austin and Maui.
Yeah, both.
And I was like, "Oh, cool." Yeah. I was like, and I have friends that live in Austin, so I was like, "Oh, cool." And I was like, Maui, and then I'm trying to do the math. I'm like, "It must be military, right?" It's like,
right.
I was like, yeah. I was like, there's a base on Maui. I was like, no. And I was like, I wonder if we know anyone in common. And I was like, so what does your dad do? And you were like,
he's a musician.
Yeah, no, I think you said, are you being serious? And I was like, yeah. And you said,
I didn't say that.
You said, no, you said, wait, are you talking to me just to talk to me? And I was like, yeah. Because we were sitting next to each other, and you were like, are you just really curious? And I was like, yeah. You go, my dad's Willie Nelson. And I went, are you being serious? And you're like, you don't know who I am? Not like in a kind of way, but like we're sitting at a table. We all introduced each other, and I just am so oblivious.
No,
and it was the sweetest thing. Yeah. The way you said it was so sweet.
Well, I actually prefer if people don't know because they know me for me. I
met you as you.
Yeah.
I knew you were playing with Sierra.
Yeah.
I had seen Sierra a bunch online. Me and Bobby McGee is one of my favorite things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And we were just kind of just bullshitting.
Yeah.
And then immediately, I don't think we talked about anything other than tour buses from that point on.
Because I'm really fascinated at the way you've been able to sleep on your tour bus. Because I have this whoop, and you got the same. That's why we started talking, because we both saw the whoop each other.
We were talking about
our sleep scores.
That's exactly how it started.
Yeah, because I don't even remember was talking about dad at all during the whole conversation.
You casually, I was like, what does your dad do? Because that's how I said, what does your dad do?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how you lived in both places.
I might have thought you were joking.
Yeah, and you were like, are you being serious? And I was like, hey, my dad's Willie Nelson. I was like, oh, for real?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, fuck, I should have put two and two together.
No, but I'm glad,
it was a great, genuine way.
It's always weird when people say, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm happy that we just vibed already without, because it's weird. Sometimes when you say that, like I never tell people that right off the bat. Like
I'd imagine my daughters, I'm in no stretch of the means in any way do I have the legacy your dad has. However, fame and being a child of fame is an interesting...
It's an interesting thing. People change their attitudes and change. And sometimes it's like, a lot of times they change it for the better, but then you wonder why. You wonder if that's, like a lot, and I prefer to just get to know people based on vibe anyway. So we were talking about our sleep scores, and then you were telling me how you'd been able to vibe out your bus to where you can sleep actually on it,
I sleep so good on my bus.
Yeah, which is amazing. And you get a good sleep score.
Wild. In the 90s all the time.
Okay, so, and you're on tour.
And I'm on tour, but here's the thing, and I'm curious. I have so much I want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
But my lifestyle is a lot more manageable on tour.
Yes, I agree. Well, because I can it's a set schedule. I know that I'm going to wake up in a new place. I can go and take a shower, and there's a gym around. I can do the gym. I'm going to get 2 meals a day generally. I usually skip breakfast, and I'm going to get the lunch that they provide at the venue and then the dinner that they provide at the venue, and I can tell them exactly what I want. And so that helps me health-wise just get into a routine that I can then wake up. The only issue is, for me, has been that while I'm rolling on the bus, I've noticed that this thing doesn't register me as sleeping well.
Yeah.
It's only when you're parked and still that you actually get the good, proper, deep REM sleep. It'll say that sometimes it'll say I didn't get sleep at all when I felt like I did sleep.
I remember having, that's because you're sleeping over the axle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the big move we made.
Sleeping in the middle of the bus, right?
Yeah, we built a room in the middle. That it doesn't have a slide out, but it's in the middle, right behind the first set of bunks.
Yeah.
And then the bathroom behind it.
Yeah.
And I sleep.
You sleep well.
But I always say this to my wife, and she never believes me. Like, if I go to Hawaii, that's not a vacation for me. Ultimately, I'm worried about everyone. I want to make sure everyone's having a good time. I'm up early. I want to work out. I want to make sure I catch the breakfast with everyone. I want to spend every time with everyone at the beach. When everyone goes over to Dr. Mai Tai, I want to have a Mai Tai. And I come back destroyed from those trips.
Yeah.
And then when I get on the road,
that's interesting.
It's like a vacation. It's like,
well, Maui I use as a because I've got some of my oldest friends in Hawaii, and we all have good. I'm not really doing like my routine in Maui is I'll wake up at around 6 and I'll go to the gym, or I'll go for a beach run, and then I'll go to
that's sleeping late, 6 p.m.
6 a.m.
Oh, sorry.
No, that would have been when I was 14.
God damn, I want to sleep like that.
I used to do that. That was back in the day. But no, I'll wake up early and I'll go and do my thing, and then I'll have like all of the health stuff get done in the early part of the day, and then just have the rest of the day to hang with people that I haven't seen in a long time. Oftentimes, I mean, I left in March and I didn't get back till when was it? A few weeks ago, which is, what is it now? We're in September. So I left in March and got back in August, and so I leave for long periods of time, and then I base out of Nashville. Basically, the summer and the fall, I'm working pretty much nonstop. So I'll base out of Nashville, which is more central. And then when people are kind of off work in the wintertime, I'll come to Hawaii and I'll just kind of recharge for a bit, do a little work here and there, do benefits if it comes up, try and give back a little bit, and then hit the pedal to the metal again. So I try to use Maui as my recharge, healing. Okay, and then when I get on the road, I'm just work nonstop. I love working,
See, I wish I had that ability. I have no ability to recharge.
Interesting.
My recharge happens on the road.
Well, but that's great. I mean, wherever you find it, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, my day is so perfect on the road. I'm so excited for this tour because I sleep until 11. Wake up. I don't really shower. I'm a late shower guy, so I'll go and I'll maybe get lunch with everyone. We'll do an activity like go to a sporting goods store or I love going to like a outdoor world, like one of those, like one big like
a Bass Pro Shop.
Bass Pro Shop is like just do laps. I love that.
Yeah, that's fun.
And then go back. I take a nap every day around 4. I wake up. Show starts at 7:15. I wake up around 5:30. 6 o'clock. I walk into the gym. I work out from 6 to 7.
Wow.
7. I get into the shower, get dressed in the green room, and I hit the stage by 7:45.
So you work out right before your show.
Right before my show.
That's cool. I like that.
I love it more than anything. I love that late afternoon workout. I can't do it at home. And I just was talking to my dad on the ride here. I was like, I haven't been drinking, and I say that, but I didn't drink last night, and I didn't drink a few nights before, and so I have a chunk of days where I haven't been drinking, which is bizarre. And I said, I can't wait to go on the road because a lot of times if you get done and you get done at say like 10 o'clock, 10:30, a lot of times you're like, maybe I won't drink tonight. Maybe I'll just smoke weed, or maybe I'll just, pass out, call it early.
Well, you get that exercise, you get those endorphins, and it kind of satisfies the itch in a way. I think it's, I'd much rather have the high of exercise than a drink,
Oh yeah.
Personally.
Well,
I don't drink anymore.
You quit drinking and weed, right?
Yeah, I quit. That was the harder one.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part. Yeah. But, and I just quit that because of my lungs. My dad had, at 92 is healthy, except he has trouble breathing these days. And so that really, so Willie's Remedy, by the way, is a company that he has, and it's been doing really great. And it's like, because I've always said I would only do edibles if they only lasted a couple hours, because I would love to do edibles, but they just go, they last forever.
The next morning
so,
you wake up and you're like, I'm supposed to drive my kids to school.
Yeah. And so I don't really do that, but apparently the Willie's Remedy is like a real mellow kind of drink that he has. And I think that's what he does most of the time. But,
really?
But yeah, which is a great thing. I think a lot of people are digging it. Tastes really good. But I get high from my workouts. I get high from, actually get really high from saying no. Like from being proud of myself, like that pride,
Bro, hook me up with, I'll suck someone's cock for that drug.
Yeah.
I would love to fucking get high from saying no.
Yeah.
I get so sad when I say no.
Really? Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, I'm not drinking tonight. I am not smoking weed tonight. I've already made that decision.
Yeah.
If you said, would you like a drink? I'd go, yeah.
Right.
And I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even want it, but I go.
But here's the thing:
it's the impulse that turns me on.
It's not the act of saying no. It's that feeling that you get that when you're proud of yourself
the next day.
Yeah, that's the high that I have, and so that's what I mean. Like I get high from that, and I'm addicted to that high.
Anywhere worth going is worth going in good boots. Find your perfect pair with Tecovas. When the leaves start changing, that means it is boot season, baby. Whether you're in the office, out on a date, or just meeting up for a casual hang, boots are great because you can dress them up or dress them down. T-shirt, collared shirt, same boots, different looks. Beyond boots, Tecovas offers a wide selection of men's and women's apparel, bags, and fine leather goods. Tecovas heritage-made cowboy boots are crafted in over 200 steps by hand in León, Mexico. From the first stitch to the final lemon wood peg, Tecovas boots are made in over 200 steps by hand. Tecovas knows that Tecova knows that y'all means all. So whatever your size, style, or need, you're going to find the perfect boot. I'm telling you right now, I have a pair. I have a low cut pair. So they're just above my ankle because I didn't want it all the way up my leg because I was wearing different pair of jeans, and they fit perfect in these jeans. They're the Dean Black Cherry Crocodile, and these things are sexy as shit. I'm telling you right now, get 10% off at tecovas.com/Bert when you sign up for email and text. That's 10% off at tecovas.com/Bert. That's TECOVAS.com/Bert. Tecovas.com/Bert. See site for details. Tecovas. Point your toes west. No one plans for hair loss, but through Hims, you can take the next step with confidence. Access treatments made with clinically proven ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil to stop hair loss and regrow hair in 3 to 6 months. No waiting room, no hoops, just ingredients with a track record of results. Hims offers convenient access to a range of prescription hair loss treatments with ingredients that work, including chews, oral medications, serums, and sprays. Doctor-trusted, clinically proven ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil can stop hair loss and regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. My dad got on finasteride, I think, in the early days when they started prescribing it for something else, and he regrew his hair. It's crazy. You shouldn't have to. My dad was bald, and he still has hair. You shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself. Hims brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatments that put your goals first. No hidden fees, no surprise costs, just real personalized care on your schedule. And I'm on minoxidil. I've been on minoxidil for 22 years. But my dad's crazy. I thought about it the other day. We were at the beach together, and I was like, "Did you start getting hair?" And he goes, "It's crazy. I got on this finasteride. I think it was prescribed for something different back then." And he goes, "And I just started getting hair back. How crazy is that?" For simple online access to personalized and affordable care for hair loss, ED, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/Bertcast. That's hims.com/Bertcast for your free online visit. hims.com/Bertcast. Individual results may vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Prescriptions required. See website for full details, restrictions, and important safety information. So wait, how old were you when you first smoked marijuana?
11.
That's pretty young.
Yeah. Yeah. I snuck around a lot,
Yeah. And you were living in Hawaii at the time?
Yeah, I used to do it. I went through I went through some like pretty rough. There was one time in Chicago when I was really young that I blacked out I wasn't much of a drinker ever really, but that I think was part of the problem because I just kind of felt like I could, and I drank a lot, and I had pills and a whole thing, and like I
Wow.
like in Chicago, I went on this bender, I missed a show, and I woke up like choking on my vomit, and it was really intense, but I survived it, and then I took that as a sign. Okay, it's a second chance to like really take myself seriously, and I felt like okay, what are we all but sand and dust? But like I feel very grateful. I have something that I love in life, and that like makes kind of life worth like doing.
Was that
music? Was that
the moment where you were like, I'm done drinking, or
I was done for a long time, and I sort of casually did things for years, and really like the whoop was what made me. The sleep score was what made me actually stop because I'm like at one drink, I'm like it like takes me out like with my sleep score.
Oh, one drink. That's I that's my issue with alcohol right now. Is I would love to have one drink, but one drink for my sleep score is way worse than 4 drinks.
I know, it's crazy,
it's
right?
insane. And so then I went to bed the other night. I made like a double. A double's a generous way to. I drink usually out of 32-ounce cups, so I made whatever that is. 16-ounce vodka.
Right.
And so I go to take it to bed with me, and I realized the second I sip it, I've got to deal with sugar intake until it knocks me out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even want to touch it because I don't want to fucking deal with the sugar intake. And that's so upsetting to me.
Yeah.
And then one night I had one drink. And I didn't even feel it.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired.
Yeah.
And I was tired.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden in the middle of the night, I wake up like almost like sweating and like going like, what the fuck? And like uncomfortable. If you watch my sleep score, it's like this. It's like processed sugar. And then the second it's out, it's like flatline.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
Yeah, it really is, and it's been helpful for me because I think I'm a numbers guy. I think I like the data and that I like that kind of analytical. I like being able to see. I mean, not everyone's like this. I think it can give a lot of people anxiety actually, but I think for me, I like being able to like see what my calories were and then just eat just under that, and then you know what I mean, and just like seeing the numbers. Even when I'm working out, like if I don't have this and I'm just working out for an hour, I don't like it. I want to be able to see how many calories I burned. How frustrating is it? Yeah. When you go to work out and you turn your Whoop on and it's like 2%. Yeah,
like, no. Well, never mind, I won't even work out.
Actually, funny enough, I forgot the battery in the charger in Maui, so I'm like, I gotta go to like Best Buy.
Wait, which one do you have?
It's the new one. Yeah.
The new one. Oh, that's the new battery.
Yeah, it's the
I was
new
like,
battery.
I have fucking 9 of the old batteries.
Oh, good. Maybe it'll work.
God,
I don't think. Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, see if there's a battery downstairs. We'll charge them up while we do this.
Yeah. Well, luckily I have like a few days to get.
This one lasts so much longer.
Yeah, it does.
I just switched over to the leather, thinking I'd like it more.
Yeah. Wait, what's your Whoop age?
Same age in real life.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. What's yours? Young?
It's 28.
No way.
Yeah.
And you're 34?
36. Jesus. Yeah. I just tell people I'm 28 now. That's great.
Yeah.
Because technically.
I did a podcast with this guy, Landon, I still have laughed so hard about this. He goes, "Did you get your Whoop age?" And I was like, yeah. He said, "Mine says I'm like 49. I go, "How old are you?" And he's like, 26. And I was like, "For real?" And he's like, "Yeah, let me see yours." And he goes, "Mine's 52." And he goes, "Oh, okay, so it's not that bad." I go, "No, I'm actually 52.
Yeah.
I think about that every time I look at my Whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with my Whoop. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah. We should do a Whoop commercial, man.
Listen,
calling all Whoop employees.
They've been good to me. The owner of Whoop a long time ago reached out. A long time. I've been a Whoop member since. This probably won't blow your mind.
No, it's been.
Oh wait, let me turn off my workout.
Yeah. Are you working out right now?
I guess I'm working out right now. My workout today was, let's see, what's your average strain?
Oh, I don't know.
Mine was 7.2 today.
I didn't do anything today.
My
average is, let's see, where will it say the average here? Average strain.
Just like what? Just go back to like any of your workouts. What do you normally get on a workout?
Like 12.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you really work out, huh?
there was a time when I first got the Whoop where I was so into it all, and I got really obsessed with working out every day, and I hired a trainer, and I like got myself into good shape and everything. And now I'm just a little more balanced with it because I obsess over things. I obsess over music. I obsess over anything I get into. Like I think I was technically diagnosed with ADHD when I was a kid. Really? I thought it was bullshit. I still probably do. Like I stopped taking the Adderall that they prescribed to me when I was younger just because I was like, I don't know if this is like my thing, but like maybe I don't know. I thought it was a made up thing, but I don't think it is. It's probably real.
It has to be real because I'm like, I'm horrible to talk to. So I switch subjects all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, as you said that, I was like, all right, that's where we're at now. And then I'm like, what were we saying about Whoop? I think I got diagnosed too when I was young, and then I just was like, well, yeah, that I'm not going to take. And I took Adderall once. Yeah, and it was a party for me.
Yeah, like I think it just caused me to like get too speedy. I don't like the feeling of being all speeded up.
I don't either.
I much preferred the weed, which is like more chill, you know.
My buddy is a big speed guy. He likes pills.
Yeah.
And the other day everyone was out partying, and someone came up and gave me a handful of pills. Like, these are for. Yeah. And I was like, nice. And in my head, I was like, I'm gonna fucking find out what these are. And then I saw they were speed. I was like, hard pass.
Oh yeah.
The last thing I need is to be up with my thoughts.
Oh man, yeah, me too. Well, I mean, when I was a kid too, I used to crush it up and snort it and then I would just stay up all night and play guitar. Actually, I think that I credit Adderall actually to me being pretty good at guitar because I used to just do that. It's funny. I listened to Billy Strings' Theo Vaughn podcast, which is really interesting. He talks about like the way he grew up, and he actually credits some of his, guitar playing to being strung out and staying up all night and just playing over and over again. And I can relate to that, not to his extent, but just in my own way. It was like just abusing my Adderall prescription.
But it's true. It's like, I remember one time my dad used to get, back in the day, there was two Fens. It was Fen. It was the drug. Yeah. But it was two Fens. One was like a dopamine receptor one, and one was speed. Yeah. And the other one my dad got was the speed one. He got it for diet. And one day my dad gave it to me, and he was like, and I didn't eat a thing. It was Easter Sunday, and I didn't eat all day. And I fucking felt great. I went to sleep, had a few beers, went to sleep, woke up. My dad's like, keep some for when you want to lose weight. And so I did. The next day, on Monday, I took one. And I wrote about 3 TV synopsis pitches.
That's awesome.
And gave one to my manager and was like, what do you think? And he's like, these are fucking great. These are fucking, where did you come up with this? Where has this been the whole career? I was like, speed. Yeah. And then I was like, Dad, I want to finish one of these scripts. I need more of those things. He was like, great. Sent them out. Oh, and I remember my face twitching, feeling numb. And I was like, I think I'm having a stroke. So I stay away from them, but they're really, I mean, I think that's the reason my buddy's successful is that he's eating speed like candy.
Well, there you go.
I mean, weed's a beautiful drug.
Yeah.
Weed's a beautiful drug.
It's a medicine for a lot of people,
Yeah.
Look, the word drug has so much connotation to it. When I think of weed, for most people, I think of it being a medicine to them. It slows a lot of people down. In a lot of cases, it helps people focus. And then, there's studies that show that because of the strength of it these days, it can actually cause psychosis in young kids and young people. And so it's not like it's all good.
I think I got that once.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, for me, it's just, I think, it's one of those things where you got to just take it individually and see what's right for you,
How were you parented about?
Ask your doctor
marijuana?
What's right for you.
Like if your dad caught you smoking marijuana, it's kind of a weird.
Well, my dad never really. My mom didn't like me smoking, and that was a good thing. I'm glad she kept me on it. Kept on me about it. Not that I listened back then, but I it was good to have. I didn't become a stoner until later, and I was a good faithful stoner for up until I hit 30, which is when I started slowing down a little bit with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because after my experience where I went on that bender and I had all that, I slowed down everything. I quit everything for a couple of years, and then I sort of gradually brought things back and kind of went back into, but I never went over the top. And then it was more like spiritual reasons that caused me to want to be clear, caused me to want to grow and become a better person. And I realized that I was using a lot of these things in order to just run away from the real joy that I could find if I just cut through the bullshit inside and like faced all my demons. And so I kind of did that in a way during the pandemic. Really was when I like, all right, this is the time to, whereas a lot of people went the other way.
Yeah.
I like started like really getting deep with myself. I cut out weed. I cut out drinking. I started eating really well and exercising every day, learning a little piano piece and meditating. And I like spent the first 9 months of it in a cabin with my mom and dad, seeing them every day, going through relationship stuff with them, trying to work my stuff out with my family and face this shit, sober and clear, because I figured if I can do it sober and clear, then it's going to wire my neurons to be that way in a default setting rather than it. Like I could come up with epiphanies while I was high, but then that wasn't my default setting. So as soon as it wore off, it wouldn't set in, Yeah. And so I felt like I needed to go in deep, sober, untie the knots in my soul and let them fall away. And then that helped me to move forward a little bit and grow. And I really had to let go of a lot, I mean, I was living the life of sex, drugs, and rock and roll for a long time,
Did you feel like when you were partying, did you feel like you weren't a grown-up yet?
Yeah, I still don't feel like a grown-up.
I don't feel like a grown-up ever. And I wonder if that goes away. Like I sit with some friends and I watch them interact in life and they look like grown-ups.
Yeah.
The way they hold and and every time I get sober or stop drinking, I always go like, oh, hey, I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
Like I forgot the kid.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, I mean, what have we been, like, it's almost like I pull him out of a time capsule and he's like, what have we been doing? And I was like, not much, man.
Yeah.
I mean, life's good, but like, we haven't grown up a ton. Well,
and in a way I like, there's a great system of therapy called internal family systems. And it's being used a lot now. And it's really about getting in touch with the different parts of yourself. And there's like this internal family inside of you. And there's like your inner child is one of them. And then there's all these protectors of that inner child. And so you have to like kind of let those protectors are there because things have happened to you. And so they kind of, they adopt behaviors based on protecting that inner child from the pain that that he went through or she went through. And so so there's a therapy where you go in and you communicate literally with these protectors and with that inner child. And it sounds like that's something you were doing naturally.
I guess I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, but that's cool. I mean, I like my inner child and I are pretty tight now because, again, it's like being addicted to like being proud of yourself sort of is like, I'm now addicted to that feeling of like doing the right thing for that child, doing the right thing for that younger self who wanted me to be the best I could be as an adult.
That younger self in me was always like, loved waking up.
Yeah. Or wake up early, going and playing outside.
Dude, fucking the sunrise.
Yes. See, and like just jumping in the ocean. My younger child, all he did was he was playing outside, in nature, love and life,
Sunrise was like, the other day I got up, not drinking, and I got up and I didn't feel like I shouldn't be up. Like sometimes you'll wake up and be like, ugh, just give me like one more hour.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but you're not drinking, you're like, I'm gonna get up. You're like, oh, I'm up, I guess. And I was like, but it's like a weird feeling. You're like, all right.
Yeah.
I go, coffee? Sure, I can do coffee.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I guess I'm gonna go turn on the sauna. And I just was like, it's like, when you wear a hat and then you take the hat off, you forgot you could see up here. Like you forget how much like a hat kind of hides.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I didn't have a hat on.
Yeah.
And I could see the sun going through the trees. I was like, I don't think I noticed that hungover.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a super bummer to think like, how many times I've just allowed myself to be sick, you know?
Yeah.
Like just allowed myself to be a little off and not appreciated waking up again and seeing the sunrise.
Right, yeah.
But then I think I wouldn't be here without it.
Same. I mean, without the journey, and so I can only be grateful for all the experiences that I've had.
You've had some crazy, you've had some crazy, your life is crazy in just if you're going to put it on paper. The very intro to your Wikipedia is going to sound crazy.
Sure.
But you also have had some really cool life experiences. Like did the whole fucking Lady
Star is Born.
Yeah, it's so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I read that today and I was like,
yeah, that was a wild experience. And it was a really, but I love working. Because I do love what I do. So I'm like, oh man, I get to play music and work at it. Like that's the greatest thing in the world. So I don't mind spending every waking moment if I can. I mean, I have to force myself to rest and relax.
I'm that way.
Yeah.
So were you a Lady Gaga? I want to say Gaga fan so bad.
Lady Gaga.
Because I hear Zach Galifianakis in my head. Yeah. But were you a Lady Gaga fan?
I had been aware of her music, but she's so talented.
The girls had a song that they loved. That was You and I.
Okay.
Is that the song?
Is it the one she just did with? Is it new? Is it the one she just
old.
did? Okay.
What? It's You and I. I was like, that's not like anything I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And the girls played that for me, and they're like, now you're a Lady Gaga fan. I was like, fuck yes.
She's very talented. We spent years working on the film and writing together for it, and along with Bradley. And I'm grateful for that experience. Bradley and her and myself, we're pretty proud of that movie. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
It's
one of the greatest movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's really special, and I've got a lot of gratitude for that experience.
I mean, just like I'm teary-eyed now.
Mm-hmm.
That movie, the soundtrack, everything. I mean, it was like when I saw that today, I got so pumped.
Yeah, it's actually I remember hearing something at one time it was the most streamed soundtrack of all time, movie soundtrack of all time.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy.
Now, does something like that land on you the way it would? How does that land on you? Like, does that affect you, or do you go like, because it's a group effort.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does that land on you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm just grateful to have been a part of it. I got hired on to be was what he called an authenticity consultant, Bradley.
Yeah,
and then I ended up hitting it off with both of them and writing a lot, and wrote 8 songs for that film with them, and it was really special. It was a really special time, and it made me proud to be a part of it. Also, it gave me a lot of inspiration moving forward, and
I bet.
I'm actually working on another film project now, and I like that part of the industry. It's something. It's interesting to write for other characters because you're putting yourself. You can kind of take yourself out of it, and I like doing that sometimes. I like stepping away and looking at and writing for someone else to sing.
Yeah, like when you created. I want to say the name of this album because your latest album is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Your latest album is
American Romance.
American Romance. I've got every song. I've played every
thanks.
song 4 or 5 times.
Well, and Gaga, she sang on a couple of my songs from my debut album too.
Oh yeah, your debut album was fucking gangster too.
Well, that song "Find Yourself" is probably more.
Who just said that was the best debut album they've ever heard?
Really?
I saw it in a must have been in an interview. I was watching a lot of stuff about you.
Awesome. Well,
But like that's the best debut album that's ever been put out.
oh wow. Well, that's saying a lot. I don't know about that. I mean, there's also Led Zeppelin. You know.
Did they have a debut?
You know.
I love. I don't know what it is. Your prose. I love the way you put a song together.
I love the English language. I actually studied English as, in college because I wanted to get a feel for, I wanted to read a lot. I think reading a lot is helpful for songwriting because you can kind of get all these stories and absorb them. And I read a lot since I was a little kid, I love it. And so now I listen to a lot of audio stuff too, a lot of podcasts and all that, but just absorbing prose, and understand, like, you know that Paul Simon reads a ton. You know that Bob Dylan reads a ton.
Yeah.
My father reads a ton. Neil Young reads a lot. The guys that I look up to as far as writers, the Beatles. I mean, that John Lennon and Paul McCartney and George Harrison and Ringo, they're all pouring themselves into information.
Yeah.
And absorbing everything I can. And then I think that helps inform your art,
I think that's what's wrong with my art is that all I take in is World War II documentaries.
Oh,
so I have like a ton of Hitler jokes. Everything comes back to Hitler. I'm like, isn't that crazy? Him and Stalin thought they'd be besties.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Life has been a little crazy lately. And one thing that helps me unwind, Cornbread Hemp's CBD gummies. Cornbread Hemp CBD gummies are made to help you feel better. Whether it's stress, discomfort, or just needing a little relaxation, they only use the best part of the hemp plant, the flower, for the purest and most potent CBD. Formulated to help you relieve discomfort, stress, and sleeplessness, all products are third-party lab tested and USDA organic to ensure safety and purity. And these bad boys work. I'm telling you, they're in the back next to my bed because the first thing I do when I touch that bed is I take a Cornbread Hemp CBD gummy and I turn on a podcast and I am out. Right now, Bertcast listeners can save 30% on their first order. Just head to cornbreadhemp.com/Bert and use code Bert at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/Bert and use code Bert. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. We've all done it before. Turn to our barista, our hairdresser, maybe a random stranger in the bathroom for life advice. As fun as they are to talk with about everyday topics, when you're looking for help about, be it relationships, anxiety, depression, or other clinical issues, they may not have all the right answers. Instead, get guidance from a licensed therapist online with BetterHelp. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the U.S. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally, and it's convenient. Also, you can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, you can switch therapists at any time. And that is important. Don't feel like because you got a therapist that you're in a relationship now and you got to be with them. If you're not vibing with that therapist, bounce. You need them more than they need you. And you need to make sure you have the right therapist. I've definitely bounced on a therapist. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Bert. That's betterhelp.com/Bert.
No, I honestly think that it's all there's nothing wrong with your art. I love your art.
Yeah, well,
I love it. I mean, man, we're all just learning, I feel like I feel 25, like
you look 25.
Well,
I wish I had quit drinking in my 30s.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was thinking about that, and I was like, okay, if I have the genes to live long like my dad.
Your dad's got crazy genes.
He's got crazy genes. So I'm like, okay, I want to get the right habits so that like I can keep a strong, energetic output for a long time because I love what I do. I love playing music. I love making the art, I want to keep doing it. I love the work,
It's, well, how do you feel about when you hear do you have songwriting camps where you bring a bunch of singer-songwriters in?
I've done that before. Yeah. I've been a part of camps. I don't host them myself, but, but.
So when it comes to you doing your album, is that?
Oh no, I'll work with guys like one of my best friends is in Nashville. His name's Aaron Ratier, and he is one of the great songwriters out there. Ernest is a guy who you got to have Ernest on the show.
I've had Ernest on.
Has he been?
Ernest is one of I think Ernest is one of the most prolific songwriters I've ever been around.
He is, and he and I are really close friends, and we've been working together really closely on a lot of projects. He is one of the best songwriters that I think we very much see eye to eye on a lot of, or ear to ear, if you will. Hey, I made a little joke.
He's incredible. He's
great,
fucking incredible. And I always think that whole Nashville scene right now is just such a great, inspiring place of like creativity.
Yes, he is. And the thing I love about Nashville, seemingly from my experience, is that everyone wants to lift each other up.
Yeah.
There's that feeling there that you want each other to succeed, that you have a community there of musicians that are working really hard, because everyone there is there to work. Everyone there is there to hone their craft. Everyone's grinding, writing songs. There's guys like John Decius, there's Aaron Ratier, there's Ernest, there's Delaney Ramsdell. I mean, Anderson East. There's all these people that have been around and are like, and Lainey was in that town for 12 years before she broke.
That's crazy to me. Yeah. That someone could be in that town for 12 years.
Yeah.
That's like.
Yeah. Which on the other hand, like my dad apparently met Farron Young like almost immediately. Like he got to Nashville, met Farron Young, and then sold him or gave him Hello Walls, and Farron Young cut it like the next day. So like as soon as my dad got to Nashville, he like became an established songwriter in that town, which is pretty cool. I think back in the day,
wow.
That's a cool story. Whereas like Chris Christopherson went there and worked as a janitor in the industry. He was a Rhodes Scholar, and he was a helicopter pilot, and he was in the Army, and he was really kind of set to have a completely different life, but he quit it all and became a janitor in Nashville just for the chance to meet Johnny Cash, who then took him under his wing, and then of course Johnny cut a bunch of his songs, and then Chris became one of the great songwriters of all time, But Nashville's one of those towns where those things can happen.
That song he has, was it Sunday Morning Beers, or I don't know what
Sunday Morning Coming Down.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I call it Sunday Morning Beers because that's all I hear in it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I woke up Sunday morning with no way to hold my head that didn't hurt. And the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one more for dessert.
What a great. What is the greatest generation in your opinion of Nashville?
Oh, that one for sure.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. That one. Because it was right on the cusp at the time. Nobody was doing that, and they really birthed a movement out of Nashville, and then left, by the way, Nashville, and went to Texas, where, Dad is one of the guys that's widely credited for bringing the hippies and the cowboys together in Austin, and having shows down there like the 4th of July picnic that he started doing in the early 70s, where he'd had Leon Russell come down, and he and Waylon and all these guys would come up, and then you'd have all these hippies and all these rednecks coming together. And it really married those cultures together to where they got along for a long time, And,
didn't Shooter do this album?
Shooter did, yeah. Shooter did this album with me. He's really good. He's a great producer.
Who are the kids? Like, if you were gonna have a big reunion show of like, these are the kids of country, the kids of country. You've got
Well, you got Ben Haggard.
Ben Haggard, you, Shooter.
Yeah.
You got Hank 3.
Hank 3, Hank Jr.
Well, I guess Hank Jr. Jesus. Yeah.
You know, I think, you know, the thing about it is that I try not to. Everyone else is going to categorize me that way, but also Shooter and also those. But I worked with Shooter because I believe in his talent, not because he's Waylon's. You know.
Let me tell you something.
Son.
I mean this with respect, but only because Shooter showed up. Shooter showed up for me at a time when I was looking for new music.
Yeah.
I don't mean this. This is like sacrilege.
Right.
I'm more of a Shooter fan than a Waylon fan.
Well, sure. I mean,
because that's when it showed up for me. Shooter, Sturgill, your album,
Sturgill's
like
good.
you're like the album, your album. I just listened to today for the first time.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, this is fucking incredible. And
well, thanks.
The only thing I regret is my wife will hear it, and then she will overplay the fucking shit out of it at her house. And at one point, I'm going to be like, enough. Yeah. He's a great kid, Leanne.
Well, but then you can come to my shows and sing the words in the front row, you know, to me back.
She fucking
like with all the kids.
She will be. She walked in today into the gym, and I was like, "Yo, you got to hear Lucas's music." And the first one I played was "Ain't Done." I love that song.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
it was the first one on the album. It was the first one I hit.
Yeah.
She was like, "Who is this?" And I said, "This is Lukas Nelson." And she went, "No." And I was like, yeah, she goes, this is good. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be playing. This is like, you're in the path of Sturgill and the Red Clay Strays.
Oh,
and
great.
Because she loves country music.
We're playing a show with the Red Clay Strays sometime soon in October, I think, you know.
Is it?
Playing a show with Stephen Wilson Jr. actually in Wilmington. That will be a great show.
Stephen was one of hers where she fell in love with him.
Oh, he's so great. And again, I've written 4 or 5 songs with him, and every time we sit down, we just write one like that because it's like very easy.
Your song Together is beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really proud of that one. It was a poem that we turned into a really beautiful piece. He's got an amazing guitar style too. He's really a great guitar player.
Yeah.
He's only got other guy that I know that's out there right now that plays like Dad, where he'll plug in a gut string guitar to an amp. Dad's the only other guy I know that does that.
Yeah.
And he gets a cool sound out of that thing. Very, you know, grungy 90s country vibe, like 90s like grunge scene mixed with country. He said something about Death Cab for country is kind of what his vibe is. Yeah.
We saw them out at the Forum. It was Hardy, I think Co maybe?
Yeah.
No, not Co. Was it? No. It was Hardy.
Hardy's amazing too. His song "A Rock" is really amazing. Like I love that song.
It's like there's so much of country music right now that's connecting with me for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
I think alternative music was I was really into what alternative country like Wilco.
Mm-hmm.
Really connected.
Yeah, I love Wilco's great.
I loved Wilco, and then they, you know, for whatever reason, alternative music just kind of disappeared a little bit for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found the first artist I found was Hank 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was like, oh, I like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I can run to it, I can jog to it, I can play it and then all of a sudden, it's like the floodgates open and everything you guys are doing is fucking incredible.
Well, Sierra Farrell's a great...
I was just about to say Sierra Farrell. Yeah. Sierra Farrell's she's
an incredible artist. You know, like you said, Sturgill is also really great. I'm a huge fan of Sierra's voice. I think her and I do a lot together, and she's amazing. It's funny, as far as songwriters go, though, I really feel like one of the best of our generation and singers too, but is Lana Del Rey.
Really?
I actually find that she is such a poet, and because it's tailored to a different audience, you know, than obviously a 36-year-old male, you know, or who's, you know, I think, but she has such an incredible melodic sense and really has beautiful lyrics that if just read as poetry is really amazing. Lana. And Sierra too. She's really great, you know. But you know, I'm there's a lot of great music out there.
It's crazy it's crazy how much I feel like we were starved for a while. It's like right when you got done with the 80s and there was like no offense to like Poison and Motley Crue but the hair metal was one thing, and it was Rat, and it was like, you know, fucking it was Warrant, and then all of a sudden it made a way for grunge, and then grunge did the same thing.
Yeah, you know, grunge was, I mean, that was a real movement, and I think
you must have been what?
I was
5?
Yeah, young. I was born in the end of '88, so I was born December 25th, 1988.
How often do you go back to Austin?
Quite often. We're playing 3 nights at the Paramount end of this month.
Really?
Yeah, at September, I don't know, 29, 30, and like October 1st. I don't know, somewhere in that area. You know. And
then so once you hit the road, you're on the road. Then when you go back to Maui, like, and this is what I'm fascinated by, because I can't seem to relax. But like, do you get up and go surfing? And
when I go to Maui, I do relax. Like, I wake up and I make myself relax. You know, I'll go and do things like, you know, I try and keep a good routine. You know, I try and just, you know, but I've got friends that work in construction there. I've got friends that are bow hunters, and they're fishermen, and they're pro surfers, and they're firemen. And, you know, when I go there, we just hang out.
I feel like you just described, what was his name? Shane, who's the pro surfer I follow who bow hunts and does all that shit.
Oh, well, there's Matt Miola is one of my best friends, and he's a pro surfer, but he's a really great bow hunter. Shane Dorian. Yeah, Shane. Yeah.
Shane Dorian. He's like the man that I was supposed to be when I grew up.
Oh,
big fucking surfing Jaws with his son.
Yeah.
And then fucking.
Yeah. And then, you know, is this my.
Was this your tour?
Oh, that's good to know.
Telluride's this weekend.
Yeah, coming up.
Next weekend is Ashland, Kentucky.
Yeah, Healing App. That's with Chris Stapleton and Tyler Childers. Tyler's another one of those guys that like came out of that same world, you know, to me. He's really great. Farm Aid I'm going to do. Ohana's coming up. That's down in Dana Point. That's Eddie Vedder's festival that he puts on down there.
Wow.
You should come to that. You're going to be, yeah.
I'm on tour.
Oh, there you go.
I'm on tour. As long as you're on tour, I'm on tour.
Yeah.
But
I know we're doing the whole same kind of thing there, you know.
Golly.
Yeah. There's a lot of
theater.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be out. This is giving me anxiety.
You're in Eugene, Oregon on the day after my birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm really proud of the musicians we put together, man. We really, really have a good time live.
Fall is here. Football season, yard work, maybe even hunting trips. But let's be honest, staying fresh can be a challenge. That's why you need to hear about Mando deodorant. From your pits to, well, everywhere else, Mando high-performance odor control and sweat control that actually lasts all day. Forget about those colognes that mask the stink. I got a buddy who dumps cologne all over himself, and you're like, okay, apparently you smelled. Mando blocks odor before it starts. It's one stick, 2 jobs. That coverage through double overtime games, that weekend project, even those extra long pre-holiday shifts, you're good. It's not magic. It's science. This isn't your typical deodorant. It's clinical strength, 2 times better at controlling sweat than the standard. Deodorant re-engineered to stop odor before it starts. It doesn't mask odor. It prevents it. 100% of study participants experienced all-day odor protection. Unlike other deodorants loaded with chemicals, Mando only uses premium ingredients like gentle mandelic acid to keep you fresh and dry. And this stuff's awesome, man. Mando really does work, and you can put it just about anywhere. I'm telling you right now, Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, and 2 free products of your choice. Might I recommend their mini body wash and their deodorant wipes. Their deodorant wipes are a go-to for me. Sometimes, you know, you walk around town when you're on tour and you get somewhere and you're like, I feel a little slippery. One of those deodorant wipes and you are cleaned up, and free shipping. As a special offer for our listeners, new customers get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code. Use code Bertcast at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. That's SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Mando's got you covered with deodorant plus sweat control. Say goodbye to sweat stains and hello to long-lasting freshness. How do you put together a band?
Well, You just ask around. You call people that you know. Say, hey, anybody looking for a job? You kind of go out to a rehearsal space and try some folks out. Give them a batch of songs that you already have. It's easier because I've been playing so long, and I use the same bass player that I've been using for the last 15 years.
Really?
And at Ohana, I'll have Tato, the percussionist I've been playing with since I was 8 years old. And so we have recordings that we can give to different musicians to say, hey, learn this exactly. And a lot of them know, and they can. And so I've got a great band, great steel guitar player, Dakota Holden. Oh man, he's amazing. And great drummer, Maxwell Flanders. And this guy, Jake Simpson, who's an incredible fiddle player. And he's actually learned all of Dave Matthews stuff like to the T. So when I did a show with Dave, he blew Dave's mind. He had him come up and play on his set, so that's been special for him, because he's a huge Dave Matthews fan. And in the world of musicians, and then we've got this guy, Eli on the keyboards. And so, in the world of musicians, though, word of mouth is really how you get it.
Really?
Yeah, that's how you get people.
Dave Matthews. Dave's
a great fan. He's a great friend. He's awesome. He's an incredible guitar player. His guitar style is unique. I mean, you listen to what he's doing. It's very, very, very unique. He's an incredible singer, songwriter, guitar player. I love Dave's music.
If you had to play one song, I'm gonna name the band. If you had to play one song from that band that you go, I'd play that. That's my favorite song to play.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's start with Dave.
Okay. Ants Marching.
It's such a fucking banger.
Yeah.
It's especially like, do you remember? You don't remember. I was about to say, do you remember in college when someone knew how to play that? You're like, I knew how to play that. But like, if a guy could play that, you'd be like, oh, how much are you going to get all the pussy? What about us?
Yeah.
God.
That's so funny. That's true though. Dave was like the college guy, right? I mean, I think he got, because he was the University of Virginia, I think.
I think so. Yeah. I think he was from
Charlottesville, Virginia. Yeah. And so he kind of cut his teeth over in Virginia and really got a big college crowd.
They tell stories about him where he was so big in Virginia that he'd go down to Florida and he wouldn't have anyone there. But the people were like, wait, it's going to change. What about Led Zeppelin?
Oh man, Led Zeppelin.
Now, two things, okay? So campfire Led Zeppelin and then on stage with your whole band Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, well, there's Tangerine, Going to California, the whole House of the Holy album. I mean, shoot, man.
My favorite one is, and this is going to really ruin it, but I got my first legit television job. I rode roller coasters for a living, and I had Cedar Point was all of ourselves. We had the whole park to ourselves, and I was driving in an SUV in Cedar Point, listening to dun and I was like, in the days of our youth, I was like, yeah, and then I was going to ride a roller coaster,
right.
But that fucking song is so good.
Over the Hills and Far Away.
Oh my God.
It's so cool the way they married all that Tolkien imagery, like the J.R.R. Tolkien stuff. They put the Mordor, all that kind of stuff, and it was really interesting. Yeah.
What about the Dead?
Actually, they just not to. I love the Dead, but they just put out a Zeppelin documentary that's really good.
Wait, which one? Where?
It just came out. It was on the flight that I was watching. I watched it. Yeah, it was. It's on Netflix. Yeah.
Did I see it?
Yeah. Becoming Led Zeppelin. That's really good.
Does it just come out?
Yeah. It's really, really good.
Do you know what documentary I want to see? And I'm going to show you how little I know about music.
Yeah.
There's a documentary on Jeff Buckley.
Oh, yeah. Tim Buckley, his dad was an amazing musician.
Really?
Yes. Actually, you should look that up. But Jeff was also, obviously his version of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah was but there was a whole album he did Kelly Slater actually told me that Jeff is one of his favorite musicians.
Really?
Yeah. But I love the Grateful Dead. I'm really good friends with Bob Weir. He's one of my favorite people, and the whole Weir family. I've always have like kind of, they seem like extended family to me. I went and saw them at the Sphere, and it was just mind-blowingly good. And Paul McCartney was there, and he did Dear Prudence. Not Paul, but Bob and the Dead and Co. did a version of Dear Prudence, which was just like made me tear up. They sounded so good, and the whole visual accompaniment, was insane. I feel like Tool should play the Sphere. If Tool played the Sphere, I think it'd be huge.
Dude.
Because you'd have all of Alex Gray's art, like, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And that would really lend itself well to that, like, huge setting.
Tool is such a great visual band.
Right. It is. Yeah. That's the thing. That's why I feel like it would just
Tool
work.
would be perfect.
Tool would be great for that, But I'm a huge fan anyways of the Dead and of Tool. And
What's your favorite Tool song?
Oh, God. I don't know.
Prison Sex was mine for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because it was a cyclical story.
Yes. Which one's the song where they had the Fibonacci sequence? The drummer actually did the Fibonacci sequence in the drum.
I know this one.
Right.
That's the, God damn it. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
I interviewed Maynard.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, do you know the song? You know the drum one? The drum thing where it goes like this and then it goes lateralus.
That's right, lateralus. Yeah.
And I didn't. The Fibonacci sequence is what I meant to say.
Yeah,
I had no fucking idea what to call it.
Yeah. It was like this sort of they use like sacred geometry in their stuff. It's pretty cool.
Maynard is a wildly interesting guy.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, what a cool interview to have. I want to go listen to that.
It's not that good. I suck at interviewing people. You've sat with me for an hour. I've
had a great time.
I know, but I ask things in circles, and I'm like, I have no structure to it. I just go like, "Ooh, that's interesting. What Dave Matthews song would you play?"
Yeah,
like,
but isn't that? Bert? I mean, it just feels like a natural conversation.
What song of your dad's would you play?
Well, I love playing "Angel Flying Too Close to the Ground." That's, I think, my favorite of his. I did it on his 90th birthday at the Hollywood Bowl, which was really, really interesting and great. But
were we just looking for a guitar to play it?
Sure.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, if you want me to.
Fuck yeah.
I'll play it. I love my dad. I'll play a song of his.
And I'll do a deposition on for my dad.
Okay.
Objection, Your Honor.
Oh, you got a whole thing.
They're always ready. They're musicians as well. What age did you get good at the guitar? Like you started how young?
I still don't feel like I'm good.
You're pretty good. I'm telling you, I play the guitar too, and
I feel like I'm good enough to tell a story, with the music.
I wish I could do that with the guitar.
If you had not have fallen, I would not have found you. Angel flying too close to the ground. And I patched up your broken wings, and I hung around a while, trying to keep your spirits up and your fever down. I knew someday that you would fly away, for love is the greatest healer to be found. So leave me if you need to, I will still remember Angel flying too close to the ground. Fly on, past the speed of sound. I'd rather see you up than see you down. So leave me if you need to. I will still remember. Angel flying too close to the ground.
There's so much to it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song.
So when you write a song, are you...
It's a nice guitar.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
When you write a song, like, what's the funnest part of the math problem?
Actually, the inspiration. Like, I wrote this song called "Find Yourself," and I was heartbroken, and really heartbroken, and it just came out like this line of, "I hope you find yourself before I find somebody else to be my love." And like, I was listening to a lot of like Etta James and Al Green and Aretha Franklin. So I just like started, and I got angry, you know? And I just said what I felt, you know? I just started, well, I don't mind sleeping alone. If it means I don't have to play your crazy game no more. You're the most precious thing I've ever seen. But I ain't gonna let it slide when you're mean to me. I know the love that I deserve. I said I hope you find yourself before I find somebody else to be my love. You know, I just kind of like feel it, like I feel like I felt it, you know what I mean? I felt that, and I was like crying when I wrote it. So like, you know, and I think those are the ones that, you know, they write themselves.
Like, do that again. Do another one. I could sit and watch you play the guitar forever. I wish I was drinking now. Like, now I'm sitting here just going like, God, you're fucking so talented.
Well, thanks. I'm glad you're not, because we're sober buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we could play something else. Let's see.
Please, anything.
I wrote a song about like the ideal relationship that I wanted to have, and so I was sitting in Austin.
All right, you ready? Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, this is how stupid my brain is.
Uh-huh.
I was like, ideal relationship. Okay, she's made out of chocolate.
Yeah.
She's got a fat ass. She's got a, like, but like, as you say this, I'm dying to hear this.
Well, it's more about like on your deathbed, like whose face do you want to see? You know?
Love that.
Yeah.
I said, I was having sex with my wife one night, and I looked at her and I went, so this is the face I'll see on my deathbed.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I think that's real love.
I like yours better, but like, you know, can I tell you, I tried to write it into a joke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was like, everyone thinks you want the fucking 32-year-old yoga instructor who's going to a tennis lesson.
Yeah.
But you don't want impatience on your deathbed. You don't want a young face going like, hey, Let me wrap this up. I have one more. You're going to last till tonight.
Yeah.
I do have a yoga, and I don't want to miss it. It's a hard class to get into.
So
you want someone who is your age just staring you in the face going, don't go. I got nothing left. You're the last thing I got.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to see my wife's face.
Well, I always envision it as like me and my wife sort of like dying hand in hand.
Would love that.
You know? The
Murder,
idea,
suicide.
like,
Murder, suicide.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or like in Pompeii, you see that like that couple that like is cremated forever together.
Yeah, I would love to die in Pompeii.
Yeah.
Like with Leanne.
Well, just move to Hawaii. There's a chance. There's always the chance, you know.
So I keep interrupting this song.
No. Or like Yellowstone. There's that super volcano that they say could erupt at any moment. Ooh. Would destroy the whole world.
I want my whole family there, and I want to die in an instant with all of them. Yeah. But I want to be at the front so everyone sees my body first. Like that father was protecting his family. I'm like this.
Yeah, just forever. Like,
look at that brave father.
Yeah.
Does that say Bert on his chain?
Wow. Yes. Yeah. Too bad they can't tell how well you were hung back. You know.
Well, I think those clothes will burn off. Why is his dick hard?
Yeah.
He must have loved his family.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Oh my God. How am I supposed to? All right. Let me see. Let me play a serious song now. Oop. Dirt road winding rocky lines, walk among high-reaching pines, finding I can freely speak my mind with you. I said I need to take my time. You said I just read your mind. You stripped down and jumped into that winter water pool. I pretty much fell in love right then. Never had a doubt again. And if we're still holding hands in the end, surrounded by kin, and if they ask me when, I pretty much fell in love right then. Bought a pair of steel-toed boots, told me that you missed your roots, said it might be time for you to leave the city life. You said I could follow you, but only if I wanted to. And then you tossed your phone into that winter water pool. I pretty much fell in love right then. I never had a doubt again. And if we're still holding hands in the end, surrounded by kin, and if they ask me when, I pretty much fell in love right then. And when we lost our furry friend, caught each other's eyes again, said it might be finally time to make another life. You led me back to the room, closed the blinds against the gloom, turned the light inside you on, not waiting for the moon. I pretty much fell in love right then. Never had a doubt again. And if we're still holding hands in the end, surrounded by kin, and if they ask me when, I pretty
That's on this album too.
Yeah, that's on the new one.
I fucking love that song.
Thanks.
You're so good, man.
Thank you, brother.
That is so. Is it like my dad has no frame of reference for what I do for a living, but like, is your dad like ever going like, you're getting better?
Man, the best thing in life is being with him on stage playing.
I bet.
I mean, we play a lot together. I'm so glad we did this. We did a Pearl Jam song together called Just Breathe, and did a video for it back years ago. And I love that we'll have that for the rest of our lives together. I'll always have that with him. I love that I'll have him and his voice and his, with me forever.
It's such a. I'm so glad he never wore condoms because all those kids. I mean,
was that from Half Baked? Was that a reference to Half Baked? Because he says that in the movie Half Baked.
No way.
The joke is, there's he's asking Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, he says, "You know how much condoms cost back in the day?" And Dave says, "No, how much? I don't know. I never used them." It's like a little cameo in Half Baked.
I'm so blessed that I met you that night. You're so talented, and this album is so amazing.
Thank you, brother.
It's so amazing, and I'm gonna hit up all my buddies in Austin that are in Austin, and make sure they know about your show.
Yeah, there's 3 nights at the Paramount at the end of this month
because you are just so immensely talented.
Oh, thanks, man.
And it's like, I'm very seldom to say I'm so glad you quit drinking and smoking weed. But watching you play, I'm so glad you quit drinking and smoking weed.
Thanks. I honestly think that the weed thing, the best thing was just now, like, I would always be afraid of hitting notes because I'm not sure I could do it. But
I can barely talk.
Well, but with the smoke in the lungs, it's just so much,
Yeah.
And I think, I've just gotten a lot more comfortable going on the road that way. Drinking too, I'd lose my voice out after 3 days of drinking, Yeah,
you're talking to.
Yeah. So like, it's just a practical thing for me, it's really not like, never would tell anyone else what to do, but I just feel like it's so much better for me.
Dude, you're inspirational. You're like, it's, when I saw Dave Matthews do a show, I don't know if he quit drinking or not, but whatever, but he just looked so good on stage.
Yeah.
And he had such great vibes and energy that I was like, God, man, I want whatever he's taking.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting across from you. I'm literally sitting there going, I want whatever he's taking.
Oh, well, it's what I'm not taking. It's what I'm not taking, yeah. Although, the journey is yours, man. It's like when you're ready, you're ready.
Yeah. And sometimes you'll be 93 and not ready.
Exactly, man. And look, shit, Dad didn't quit smoking until, I don't know, he 88. You know what I mean? So,
what a legend.
He is a legend, man. That guy's out on the road right now.
Is he really?
Yeah. And, that's the thing too, is now the only hard part is that our schedules bring us apart. Because back when I was a kid, I would play with him. I played in his band. I started playing in his band when I was really young, like 13. And I loved it because that's what brought me closer to him, because I'd be sad. He'd be gone all the time.
Yeah.
And I'd be like missing him. But then that's kind of why I started playing music, was just to get closer to him.
I bring my girls on the road with me in the summer. We did this festival, and I love it.
I think comedy right now is what's saving the planet. The ability to laugh brings people together,
I agree.
And like we need to be able to talk and laugh about things. Everything under the sun. There should be nothing sacred.
You're talking to the right person to agree with that.
Yeah. But I just really believe that that's it. I grew up telling the dirtiest. My dad told me the dirtiest jokes ever. He taught me a limerick when I was 6. Billy Roy the cabin boy, the dirty little ripper, lined his ass with broken glass and circumcised the skipper. I learned that when I was 6 years old, man. So like my dad's a funny guy too, by the way, if you ever talk to him. But I've heard all his jokes now. But sometimes we tell each other jokes, and but like, yeah, comedy is it. It's everything. Laughing is why I think one of the great reasons why life is worth living is so we can laugh, you know.
I just was with Bobby Lee
Mm-hmm.
right before this, and we laughed harder than I've ever laughed in probably a year. We laughed so hard.
Like, yeah.
We were showing each other our buttholes. and he said we'd take a picture of him. And so he went out and took a picture of his.
Yeah.
And they said they were taking a picture of mine. And we just posted a picture. We just showed him a picture of a black dude's butthole.
Oh.
And he kept going, "Why is it so black?" I go, "Wait, is that weird?" And he was like, and then we laughed so fucking hard. We laughed so fucking hard.
That's so good.
That we were crying. And then the hardest we laughed is we were talking about who would win in a fist fight. And they're like, "Well, we want to see Bert's reach." So I put my arm out to his face, and then he reached his arm out, and his arm only got to here. And he's just that's the real blessing is like the way you talk about these great singer-songwriters and your dad and all this beauty, like Dave and all this great artistry around you. I got almost the exact opposite, but in the same way. It's like I'm just surrounded by the funniest people in the world.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you go around them and you giggle hard as shit all the time. And it's just...
That's good for you.
Oh, it's like... And nothing's off limits. So you're having these crazy conversations with the funniest people who say the wildest things. Like, it just is... I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed.
Yeah, that's it. That's a cool place to be in life where you have that freedom too, you know.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how this new hour works out.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to watch it. Did Tom just put a new thing out or no?
He has a new TV show called Bad Thoughts.
Okay, cool.
Tom has Bad Thoughts. He's got a new hour he's filming in November.
Okay,
that'll come out, and then
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be watching all of it. Yeah. I have a lot of time on my hands riding down the road.
Well, God bless, man.
Yeah.
Well, check out his tour.
Hey,
the new album is fucking phenomenal.
Thank you.
You are absolutely inspirational and awesome, and probably, and I hate to say this, of all the people that have played here, is like that was probably the funnest guitar I've ever gotten to sit here and listen to.
That's awesome.
Just I love the story and everything about you, man.
Thank you.
And now I'll go show you my tour bus.
I can't wait. Yeah.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.